Hi, this is Tony. We're sitting at the FBI convention at Sandton Convention Center, and I'm speaking to Sandro Forte, a financial practitioner and also a professional speaker. Sandro, thank you very much for your time.
Pleasure, Tony. Nice to be with you.
Great stuff. Sandro, we had an interesting presentation this morning. I love the analogy with the bear about how we would react, or how most people react when they see a bear. How they scream and kick, or they try and run away, or they just lie flat down and pretend that they're dead. Neither of which really works. But anyway, one of the things that you do is you've got these 6 steps where you assist financial practitioners in their practice and helping them from a process perspective to run the business a bit more effectively. So maybe you can share that with us and tell us, how do you approach it?
Sure. Well, first of all, sorry for looking like this. I'm still a bit jet lagged, but it's lovely to be in a fabulous country. It's my 3rd visit this time to Johannesburg. So yeah, I've been in the business for 30 years. Man and boy, it's all I've ever done. And it would be fair to say that along the way, I've had my fair share of challenges, as we all do. But I think what I've tried to do, Tony, is I've tried to reverse engineer some of the problems and challenges that we all face in the business. And it's interesting, we heard from our opening speaker today about, the economy is going to go through some challenging times over the next 18 months. And that leads to that lovely analogy that you just pointed out from Moira Summers when she talked about the bear. And what we tend to do as financial advisors is use that as an excuse for inertia. So we just lie flat on our stomachs, hope the problem will go away, and then we'll stand and complain about it for years afterwards. So making an excuse sometimes is more comfortable than taking some positive action. Or we scream and kick. They are members of what I call the discouragement club. They're the ones that stand in the corner of the room and talk about all the things that are going wrong in their world. Or we talk firmly to the bear, and that's quite difficult. So what I've tried to do in my business, Tony, is to look at all the component parts that help financial advisors, practitioners to transition to a more successful place. And a lot of people, what they do is they focus very much on the outcome. So if I make a sale, I'm successful. If I don't, I'm unsuccessful. If a client says no to me, I take that rejection personally, and it's difficult to move forward in my life and business. I think if you focus on the process and you're successful at the process, the byproduct of that process, if it's a good one, is success in this business. So I tend to focus, first of all, Tony, on mindset. If you haven't got a good mindset, and I don't mean positive mental attitude, we can all wake up in the morning, I can sit here for half an hour and tell you all the things that are great about you, and you'll feel good until probably lunchtime, and then life gets in the way. But mindset is a subconscious set of belief principles that are like walking, talking, breathing, swimming, riding a bicycle. So you do them without thinking. So we talk a lot about techniques that you can use to establish that positive mindset. And then everything after that, really, from being a world-class communicator, getting clients to come to you rather than you go to them, handling objections. I mean, lots of financial advisors the world over still struggle with clients saying, I want to think about it, it's too expensive, let me get a comparative quote. And we really still don't know what to do. And that's largely with respect to trainers, because we're told to do things by people who've never sold anything before. And then it's about positioning. I mean, a lot of advisors don't focus very much on that first 10 or 15 minutes with their client. I think that's the most important part of the process. And if you can build a relationship in those first 10 or 15 minutes, and not by ice breaking, we're always told to break the ice. To me, that's just you do. And ice breaking is just coming up with something to talk about for the sake of it. So when I talk about positioning, I talk about establishing a set of principles, a set of rules on which the relationship will build. And that is also about establishing a hierarchy. So historically, as financial advisors, we've always been very subservient. We believe that the client, we need the client more than the client needs us, and I believe that's the wrong way of approaching it. You need to establish equality in that relationship so that I can hire and fire my clients, and my clients can hire and fire me. That's the basic principle of any human interaction. But in our profession, for some reason, the shift seems to have, it seems to have moved quite a lot over the years. And so we've just settled for it. So it's those 4 or 5 component parts that make up a toolkit of success, combined with a positive mindset that will help people to transition to a different place.
Sounds fascinating. You also wrote a book on the subject. What is it called?
Too much time on my hands. It's called Dare to Be Different. I wrote it in 2007. I'm very proud of the fact that now sold in over 70 countries, published in 8 languages, and it is designed by a financial advisor for financial advisors, and really encompasses all the things that I've just been talking about. And I'm in the process of writing another book which is purely about mindset.
Okay, Dare to be different.
Dare to be different.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Sandro, it was nice talking
Thank
to you.
you. You too, Tony.